What is up, guys? Wanted to show you how I do this D chord that you need to know about. You need to learn how to play it. It's so awesome. It really just kind of adds a different, maybe dimension to just the chords you're playing and to the sound you're producing. So I call it the slide up C, or the C-shaped D chord. And this is what's going on. So basically, I normally don't really like to play the C in this kind of C major form unless I'm in the key of C, of course, and I have to play it like that. But just for the sake of showing you the slide up D chord, the C-shaped D, we're gonna get into this formation, just your regular C. And I'm gonna keep that pinky off that bottom, that high E string for now. So it's just the C, move the entire unit, move the entire thing up 2 frets. So basically your ring finger is now on, you stay on the same strings. You don't change strings. You're just sliding. So you don't need to do that. That was just unnecessary. But you keep your fingers on the same strings. You're just moving it all up 2 full frets. So your ring finger is now on the A string on the 5th fret. Middle finger is now on that D string, 4th fret, and then you got your pointer finger coming along on the 3rd fret on the B string, 2nd one from the bottom. So that's it. That's the slide up D chord I've been referencing and kind of been doing here and there in my videos. Just sometimes it's good to throw that in. It just kind of gives it a nice change of pace as opposed to just playing this D chord the whole time, D sus. And especially when you're finger picking songs. It just sounds super, super nice. And so yeah, that's the chord. So I want to show you a couple of, and actually I wrote a note down here to go through a couple chord progressions with you, showing you this chord and just kind of like different chords you can use it in, like chord progressions you can use it in. But before I do that, I want to show you the bonus chord, which is also that slide up E minor that I've been doing. So again, these chords are cool because it gives the D and it gives the E minor kind of a different sound, and it does kind of look cool when you're sliding up the fretboard like this. You really look like you know what you're doing, but you're not moving your fingers much at all. So here's what's going on. We're gonna go back to that C. We know that if we take it up 2 full frets, we're at the D, the slide up D or the C-shaped D. So what you're gonna do, and actually, yeah, we'll get to the pinky here in a minute. So you're gonna move this whole shape, this whole unit, again up 2 more frets. But your fingers are gonna be on slightly different strings. So the ring finger is gonna stay on this string. So slide that up to the, let's see, what is that? 7th fret, A string. And then the only other finger you need for this chord is this pointer finger. And instead of it being on this B string, like it's been, like C, D, we're gonna bring it up to the 5th fret, and it's gonna be on the 3rd string from the top, which is gonna be that D string. And remember, this is an E minor chord, so the bass note is the E. So it's okay for us to hit that chubby E string. It's okay to hit it. So that right there, your 2 fingers, that's the slide up E minor chord, which also kind of just sounds pretty sweet. as opposed to doing this E minor or in the key of G, that E minor. So those are the two fun slide up chords I wanted to show you. And here are just, in addition to being able to do it like that, you can also add your pinky onto that high E string. So watch this. We're gonna go, this will just be regular, no pinky. Sounds pretty good. Now we're gonna put the pinky on that, where it normally is, that high E string. So, and you're gonna slide it up with everything else. So, you gotta make a face when you do it, because like you're sliding up the fret. So, even that gives you a nice variation of this chord and of this kind of the slide up. It lets you add that high string in there. So I wanted to show you a couple of different chord progressions that, you could write a song to these with these chords. It just sounds really good with these slide up chords. So first one is just gonna be our, and just another thing to note, usually I only do these chords, these fun slide up chords, when I'm playing in the key of G. So when I'm playing in these shapes here, so if you're playing in the key of D, yeah, these slide up chords probably aren't gonna work for those. So it's only gonna be in this key of G. All right, but that if you put the capo on the 3rd fret and you're playing key of G, you can still do the slide up. Everything is just going to be relative to where the capo is. So if the capo is on the 2nd fret and we're playing in the key of and we're playing in the G chords, this puts it into the key of A. So you would just go into your C position, slide it up. Everything would be relative to this capo. So your ring finger would now be on the 5th fret relative to the capo for that D chord. For the slide up E minor chord, it would be on the 7th fret relative to the capo. So just an FYI, I don't want you to be playing this stuff for church or whatever, and you're just, some guy on YouTube told you to, you can do these fun slide up chords, and you can't really do them in every single key, just in the key of G. So this is the chord progressions I wanted to show you with the chords. So E minor, C, G, slide up D. So here we go. Just an E minor. And this is just kind of like a random strum pattern. Slide up. Back to the E minor. To the G. So the cool thing is, with this pattern, you're starting on the E minor chord. So once we get to that D, we can even slide up and start the progression with that slide up E minor chord. So here we go. Same pattern. Sliding it up. E minor with the face. To the C. To the G. That's basically just to give you, if that was confusing at all, that's the same chord. It's just a different voicing. So that was one progression. The other progression is you could just, I've said this before, I'm not a huge fan of this C when playing in the key of G, but sometimes it does sound good. And there are songs where I do like to play that C as opposed to the C9. So if you wanted to just practice this C, it's the C major, you could do this simple slide up progression from the C to the D to that E minor. So we can throw that G in there too at the end. So you can also do that from starting on the E minor and going from the E minor to the D to the C. So that'll look like, and again, you can use these with that pinky on there or without it, it doesn't matter. It's kind of, it's good to have both sounds. So E minor to the D to the C. Hang on that C one more time, back up to the E minor. Yeah, you can really get after it on some of these. And then also you can finger pick these ones, so it sounds even better when you're finger picking. And I won't spend too much time on that because this video is probably long enough as is. But you can, yeah, the finger picking video I do, just get into that formation here. Kind of have some fun with that. So I think that's going to give you a good idea as to or maybe it'll give you a good idea as to when I'm doing some of those slide up chords with the tutorials, what I'm doing, where I'm going. I'm still playing the same chord, it's just in a slightly different voicing, I'll call it. And I think this is going to take your guitar playing to a new level, and it's fun to be able just to slide up to some of these different frets and kind of play some of those nice, I don't know if it's ambient sounding chords, but they just sound really, really nice. And a good change of pace from the, but ain't nothing wrong with those chords either. These are my go-to. So anyways, if you have questions, definitely leave a comment. Like the video if this was helpful. If you want to see some more videos like this, put a comment below. Let me know what you want to see. Yeah, I hope this helps your guitar playing and your worship, and it really kind of adds just a nice, good feel to the tender moments of the worship songs, and just, you know, the vibey parts of the songs, you know, when you're playing. So yeah, hope that helps. If you have questions, let me know. If not, I'll talk to you next time. I'll see you guys.